Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, VASYL, high-tech Lomachenko, says he is indeed number one. He did not want to say it before. He was being humble, but he says he feels like now he is definitely number one. He achieved to be champion faster than anybody in the history of the sport of boxing. He does everything for legacy. He says that he decided to fight for a world title in only his second fight to create history, and everything he does is for his legacy. He says that he believes that Terence Crawford is a hell of a fighter. He believes that Saul Canelo Alvarez is a great fighter. He says, but at the end of the day, he thinks that Terence Crawford is number two. He thinks that Canelo Alvarez is number three. He says, I'm definitely number one. Prior to this, he was being humble by saying that, he's not better than Terence Crawford. He gave all the credit to Terence Crawford, saying Terence Crawford was the best fighter in the world. Now he says that, nope, he has indeed surpassed Terence Crawford, and he has surpassed Saul Canelo Alvarez. And after unifying his belt against Luke Campbell this Saturday, he says he plans on becoming undisputed. He does not want to stick around the sport until he's 40 years of age, like Manny Pacquiao. So he threw darts at Manny Pacquiao as well. He says he doesn't have to stick around till he's 40, to carve out his legacy in the history of the sport of boxing. He says, but he definitely feels like he's the best fighter in the world, pound for pound right now. Prior to this, if you heard VASYL Lomachenko talk, like I've stated, he would say that he's not the best fighter in the world. He would tip his hat to Terence Crawford. He's no longer doing that. He's citing himself as the best fighter in the world. He says Terence Crawford is number two, Saul Canelo Alvarez is number three, and the rest is up to subject to your opinion. Wow. My thoughts is this. I do not think that VASYL Lomachenko is number one pound for pound in the world. I actually think that Terence Crawford is number one pound for pound in the world because of the accomplishments that Terence Crawford has accomplished, right? He has become undisputed. He has no losses on his resume, okay? VASYL Lomachenko, the greatest fighter he's beat on his resume thus far is Guillermo Rigondeaux. That was impressive, but it seemed like Rigondeaux didn't show up to fight. He beat Jorge Linares. He beat Mr. Gary Russell Jr., and it's a toss-up, if you could say between Rigondeaux and Gary Russell. But Rigondeaux has a greater win on his resume than Gary Russell has on his resume, that being Nonito Donaire, when Nonito Donaire was a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter, and Guillermo Rigondeaux destroyed Nonito Donaire. So I would have to favor Gary Russell coming second, behind Guillermo Rigondeaux. So, he has the greater win over Rigondeaux. He did beat Gary Russell. He beat Jorge Linares. I favor him to beat Luke Campbell. So he plans on fighting, and becoming undisputed, but he doesn't plan on fighting until he's 40 years of age. I don't think that his skill set is as great as out of this world as people, you would get boxing pundits stating that he's unbeatable. Listen to Paulie Malignaggi, he say he's unbeatable. Listen to Max Kellerman, these guys all say that he's unbeatable. Some guys even go as far as to say he was greater than Floyd Mayweather, which is absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. But is he a great fighter? Absolutely. Is he better than Terence Crawford? No. Terence Crawford has become undisputed. He's moved up to welterweight and become a champion at welterweight. He's become a champion at 135, 140, and at 147. And he's looking to become undisputed at 147. If he becomes undisputed at 147, as he did at 140, that's a hell of an accomplishment. He has already previously become undisputed, so I will have to favor Terence Bud Crawford. Yeah, Rigondeaux has was a decorated amateur background. He beat Nonito Donaire. That's a big win for VASYL Lomachenko. Mr. Gary Russell has lightning fast hands, but Mr. Gary Russell Jr. has not beaten anybody of significance thus far. So, those are two great wins, but Yuriorkis Gamboa, I would favor to beat Gary Russell, and I would favor him to beat Orlando Salido, as he did beat Orlando Salido. I would favor Yuriorkis Gamboa in the height of his career, to beat Guillermo Rigondeaux as well. Because VASYL Lomachenko fought at the weight class that Yuriorkis Gamboa would have been at to fight. And if Guillermo Rigondeaux moved up to fight that version of Gamboa that was undefeated, I favor Gamboa to beat Rigondeaux. So, I think that Gamboa trumps everybody on VASYL Lomachenko's resume, Victor Postile, so on and so forth. So I just favor Terrence Crawford. Saul Canelo Alvarez is a great fighter, but he has a lot of great fights in and around his weight class, and he just refused to fight those guys. So yes, he is a great fighter. Him putting him at number 3, yeah, you could put him at number 3 because he has stepped in the ring with some great fighters, but I think there's many other great fights that out there for Canelo Alvarez that he just chooses to dance around, and then you look at Errol Spence, you look at heavyweights are not included in the top 5 pound for pound, but you guys get the drift, right? But I definitely think that Terrence Bud Crawford is still number 1 pound for pound in the world. But like I stated in the previous videos that I have made, Terrence Crawford's star power is taking a hit because he does not have the proper opponents to keep his star power on the rise. Fighting the Mean Machine, fighting Jeff Horn, fighting Jose Benavidez, that's not gonna do it. That's the reason why currently VASYL Lomachenko feels like he surpassed Terrence Crawford as the best fighter in the world. But let's see what y'all think, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the Empress. Much love.